And so I'm happy to say I'm with award-winning Economic Development CEO of Butte County Economic Development Corporation, Debra Lucero. And first of all, we got to get this off the plate. Beautiful award. What's this all about?
Well, I was as shocked as anyone. I had no idea. It's their first annual award of a person to watch in the upcoming year in terms of economic development, and it was given to someone, what they were saying is, who works regionally, who works collaboratively and regionally.
And I know you do work hard. I've watched you myself, so I always thought there were two Debra Luceros out there at least. So what are you doing regionally? We talked about this. What is your broad vision for Northern California, and what are the opportunities that you see?
Well, I think the basis of the vision that I've always carried is you look first at what the assets are in the area, and we are a heavy ag area, and we have so many incredible value-added businesses, from incredible olive oils to mandarins to creative sauces and juices and beer, and you name it, we've got it here. So in looking at that, basically we decided to try to help stimulate that industry, and we came up with an idea called Ag Speed Dating, which actually grew out of an Ag Innovation Committee that had been meeting for some 2 years. And we decided to take it to the next level and make something happen. And we invited producers and growers together for 2 years, the past 2 years, with buyers, institutional buyers, Chico State, Oroville Hospital, folks like that, as well as restaurants. And they get together with the producers and growers, and they actually date for 5 minutes, face to face.
And what's the potential of that? I mean, we're an ag region, so obviously agriculture is very important to us. And I know big business, big ag dominates that market. What's the potential of what you're trying to do?
You know, sometimes you don't know what you're doing until you actually start doing it, and then you start to see incremental results. The first year that we did it, we were astonished that although many of these people knew one another, still, out of all that interaction, 85 new business connections were made and 3 deals were made on the spot. That means a buyer said, yes, I'll take what you have, and they made a deal on the spot. So
you're thinking there's a whole untapped ag economy out there?
I do. I believe that part of what hinders an economy is our lack of knowing one another. And also, as much as the digital age helps us, it can also hinder us because we don't do a lot of face-to-face meetings anymore. And I think all good business comes down to good relationship. And so this is building good relationship, and some of the byproduct of that is it's also introducing these folks to one another, and in between their speed dating, they meet other people, they start talking about ideas they have, maybe new products, maybe somebody has a truck that's not being used or a facility that's not being used, and boom, all of a sudden things are being put into use. So we've expanded it this year to Redding, Chico, and Yuba City. Actually, it'll be held in Marysville. And in 2014, we are going to have a food expo for the 20-county region north of Sacramento.
That's a great idea. You want to talk more about the food expo concept? I know you're thinking about going down to Sacramento for a conference there, and maybe you're partnering with upstate California and some of the other counties. We are actually, Butte County EDC this year is partnering with upstate California, Superior California up in Redding, and the Yuba Sutter EDC in Yuba Sutter area to bring the ag speed dating to those 3 locations. And that's going to set the foundation, if you will, for the Food Expo in 2014, in March of 2014, which will be held in Corning at Rolling Hills Casino on I-5. And that'll be our first year, our first attempt. There'll be a retail concept as well as a wholesale concept. So we are going to be inviting the public to come and see what there is. Could be barbecue, could be all kinds of things, but we're going to be doing business. And that's what it's all about, kind of, here's what business looks like in terms of ag in the North State. I'm going to ask you one more question here, and I'm going to see if I can put it in a way that's more of a global perspective. The goal of this show is to kind of look at our area, Northern California, through the eyes of maybe someone abroad, overseas, in China, Africa, South America, maybe looking at Northern California. What do you think is so special about what we have here in the North, and what might the opportunity be for someone from the outside that wants to do business here?
Well, I think one of our greatest untapped resources is simply the beauty of our area, the natural beauty. And in a report that was done many years ago by the Great Valley Center, it named that tourism as the #1 industry, even overtaking agriculture north of Sacramento. And I tend to agree with that. I think that we have some incredible sites here, and I think that's an untapped potential. And because we have that beauty, it's going to start being noticed for many different reasons. You know, we're trying to build our technology aspects with, you know, the education at Chico State and all of that. That's important. It's like we're trying to build our economy on many different levels at this point. But again, I'm always very asset-based. It's like, what do we have right here, right now, that we can build on? And our area, the vastness of this area, all the lakes, the streams, the fishing, the hunting, the bicycling, the trails, the mountains, all of these have yet to be explored. So from a global perspective, I think not only do we have the ag interest in a lot of open land, we have wild horses, for goodness sakes. How many places in America have wild horses? I think that as they come for business, for ag business, they're going to discover many other things. They're going to want a little piece of paradise also. You
know what we've lost? I lied. That wasn't the last question. Hugh Hauser is gone now, and talk about someone who represented Northern California.
Yeah.
So.
You know, there is a void, and I believe that it really can be filled because Hugh did wonderful things. His whole approach was, this isn't brain surgery. Everyone's got a story to tell. Every place has a story to tell, and the stories are still there. Our storyteller is missing for the moment.
Right, California gold.
Yeah.
Right, and we're reporting from the Gold Country right now, Gold Country Casino in the gold city of Oroville. Debra, thank you very much for joining us. Debra Lucero, Chief Executive Officer for the Butte County Economic Development Corporation.